First, welcome to
First.
a very special episode of Drag the Lake. I am one of your hosts, Andy Malfreen. With me, as always, the late great Pat, the Grateful Dead. George Pat, how you doing?
I'm also one of your hosts. Hello, I'm
Also,
Pat.
also
Uh,
one of the hosts.
I'm also here. Uh, are you when you were getting married to your wife, when you were planning it? Did you?
I had my fingers behind my back, and I kept saying under my breath, "Psych, psych,
Yeah,
psych, psych."
I do.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm?
I
Hmm.
till death do us part. I was doing so many bits.
Yeah. But when you were like filling out the invitations and stuff like that, did you invite any celebrita?
Celebrita.
Yeah.
Wait, real quick.
Good morning.
Dumbeezy, numero.
Third,
Most
fourth.
fourth. Sorry, I was first.
Sorry.
Damn, Mondays are a good day for the boys. Fucking, we're a minute in. There's always 6 viewers.
We got a case of it or something, guys? Come on. Who's got those back to work blues? I'm wearing two types of camo today.
Ooh,
Baby. Here, I'll show you.
the shirt and a condom. Damn, you got Realtree and tactical. What are you trying to do today?
Try to find me.
What are you even getting into today?
I'm surprised I'm showing up on camera.
Boo.
This is what they're here for.
This is what they're here for. I'm just here to hit the buttons. It's we should call it drag the bat. They're here for the hijinks.
Slav's in the bit. I love it. Slav, look at you.
Go Hawks, babe. Oh, Seahawks. Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah,
Football.
probably. Wrong kind of bird one. Wrong kind of bird one.
What? So wait, what were you saying about? Because I feel like you were setting up to be like, is there a clause where you can kill your fucking wife? No. Oh, you were asking about celebrities.
Yeah, it's funny that you thought I was going that way. No,
You always do stuff like that where you're like, hey, so
what's your favorite color? Why do you think
you're like, so
score
I
is
asked
so
for
like
I asked for white American and Tom got me yellow American. So am I able to shoot her with a
that? Well, I mean,
am I able to hit her in the forehead with that thing in No Country for Old Men?
Yana, if I may present to the court, 16 years of white American cheese.
Yana, I wrote down on a piece of paper that I wanted it pre-shredded, and this bitch got me a whole block.
Can you just give me some grated shit? I don't want to do that step. Do you mind? And then never mind. We're not getting. No, it's not that. When you were getting married.
You're asking about celebrities. I mean,
it's a thing now. So this is the thing.
The closest to a celebrity could not at the time. You know, he was still big, giant orb of a man and cornrows out that day, but the closest thing might be Lemaire, but you know, it's Lemaire. Yeah. So
but like you didn't like, but you were like so like you're a huge Run the Jewels fan. You didn't invite Run the Jewels.
Oh, okay. I see what you're getting at. No, I didn't. Now. I didn't go, hey, Killer Mike and LP, if you're available that weekend.
Like how you sent our invitation. Like you didn't fill one out to Killer Mike and what was the other guy? I'm sorry.
LP. EL-P.
Like that's legitimately, that is such a thing. So like, I feel so. Okay. So here's the pivot. You're right. It is always a weird pivot. It made me feel kind of bad for celebrities because they have to respond one way or another now. So like people are like getting their dicks fucking rock hard because they send Ewan McGregor. Oh, your films mean so much to us, and we love you, and we love to if you could be at our wedding, and blah blah blah. And then Ewan McGregor has to go, "Oi, mate, that was so sweet of you." Like now he has to actually do a heartfelt thing.
He's like,
"Oi, because you technically spent money to send him this." Like,
"Oi, so this is so sweet, but if you actually kind of zoom out, this is fucking insane,
it's
mate.
Crazy." What's the paralegal relationships? What's it called?
Parasocial
parasocial relationships. Like that is taking it to like
Yeah, paralegal. I think it's a defense attorney.
Oh, there should be some paper served for sure because this is borderline stalking of like, hey, oh BTW, how did you get my freaking address, motherfucker? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, dude, it was funny. We were actually talking about it last night at
go
the
on.
Super Bowl party because there's a gentleman there. I forget his name. He's a really interesting gentleman, but he was like he was a dubstep artist, and he's like slightly known. And he was saying like he'll do these. I hope I'm not revealing too much, but he'll do these. It was Dead Mouse, and it was Skrillex. Skrillex was at Sean's last night. No, but he was saying he'll do like to make a little bit more money on the side. He'll do these like private I don't know what they would be called, but basically I know a lot of shit. Let me like mini mentor sessions. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
Oh,
you need
okay, yeah,
help.
yeah, like a
Let me
class.
talk. What?
Like he would just like go teach like a little class on like shit.
But he'd do them over Zoom. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's like if someone would contact us for like an hour session to be like, so how, like, just give me the shit on podcasting, man.
Yeah.
And then he said some people would contact him and be like, I'm just trying to use this to see if you would you want to do a collab on a song? And he's
Oh, they
like,
just want to get to talk to him.
yeah, and he's like, do you not understand this is like the craziest way to go about this? You
Right. Like
know?
I set aside an hour of my day, and like if you don't want this thing, I'm just gonna give you your money back, and then
Yeah.
I would assume he's probably charging for the classes, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just give you your money back, and no.
Yeah.
Also, if anybody ever asks you or suggests this, let them know, please, as a courtesy to me, if you really are a fan of mine,
Yeah.
please just tell them this is not a good way because it's
Dude,
really crazy.
when he was talking about that, it reminded me too. One time, I had a full like, because it was like I think I was still in PA, and there was like a big comedian I was a fan of, and I was like, dude, it felt like it was on. It felt like it was like Mac in Always Sunny sending the letter to Chase Utley.
Oh yeah,
Where he's just
yeah.
like, I just think we'd really get along, man. And it's like, but not like, will you be my dad and play catch? It was like, I was gonna send him a long email convincing him to let me like open for him on tours and stuff like that. And then I remember I kind of like had an outline, and then something hit me, and I go, I think this is actually the worst way to go about this. It just
Yeah.
occurred to me at some point, but I was
Yeah, yeah.
also like, I was also 2 years in. I didn't know you're supposed to like, usually it's a friend who's been doing, and you guys have been friends for a while, yada, 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 all that. But yeah, it is funny when people sort of relating it back to the original thing about asking celebrities to your wedding. It is funny where it's like a lot of people just don't understand the like that moment where you're like, this isn't the worst thing anyone's ever done, like by far not the worst thing, but you're like, you understand this is weird and
Yeah.
it's very uncomfortable because, and it is a great example of like there's a lot of situations in life where you are subjected to the will of the lowest common denominator, because if like this gets out, like if you and McGregor, it's in his right to be like, what? No,
Yeah.
you fucking weirdo.
Yeah. To
Like
literally just look at it and go, oh, like
but if that
it's
gets
not
out,
sweet necessarily. Like he knows people like him. That's why he has a fucking house you're sending mail to, idiot. Like he's not stupid.
yeah.
Like
But no,
obviously.
it's but then like if the problem is if that gets out, the public response for a lot of people isn't going to be, why would you mail it? Why would you send him a letter, idiot? The response is going to be like, you McGregor's so heartless.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
watched him. I've watched
I
him in
was a fan,
movies.
bro.
Yeah. It's just like, you just lost a fan. And he's just in his gigantic house being like, what?
Yeah.
Sorry, there's so many rooms in here.
Legitimately, he just meant, don't care. Don't
Okay.
care. Don't care. Okay. You know, like
I got to think about that in my other house.
but this is the reason I kind of brought this up because not only is this a thing now where like at the end of the doing the invitations, people are like, "We got a couple extra ones. Wouldn't it be fun if we invited blah blah blah?" You know what I mean? Like let's send this to Lady Gaga. Let's just see what happens, and they just do it. But now it's a thing. So now people are like planning who are your celebrities you're gonna invite, all this other shit, and that is apparently during the Bugs Bunny, the Bad Bunny halftime show, when Bad Bunny was out there shaking his hips like a fucking Latin sensation. He had the two. There's two
Dude,
couple.
I
There was a
watched that
couple.
half. I watched that halftime show. I said, "Fuck ice."
Yeah, you know what I said? I said more like Good Bunny.
Yeah.
This fella rules.
What are they? What is he? Why is he telling everyone he's bad?
Yeah,
This is pretty great.
this is a pretty good bunny. This is a
Gotta tell
solid
you.
bunny.
I gotta tell you, this is one of my favorite bunnies.
I would damn near say this is a goddamn rabbit at this point. This is a full grown rabbit. This ain't a bunny.
It ain't a bunny.
This is a
goddamn
hare.
rabbit.
This is the one you cut the foot off for luck. That's how good this is. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not that guy.
Okay, so wait, where did this whole topic originate? How does this tie in?
There was a wedding that happened. Like he's walking through the whole time of the halftime show, but Bunny is walking through, and you're just it's a camera on him. It's like a single shot of him going through this wedding ceremony and stuff like that. It was a real wedding. All those two people really did get married on the Super Bowl halftime show, live in front of essentially the entire world, at a Bad Bunny show while Bad Bunny's fucking gasolining around him, and then he goes. And everybody, it's so funny because all the girls at the second half of the Super Bowl, like it was like, first of all, this just plays into what I'm saying about they don't listen. My wife never listens. There was somebody that had their phone out, and she goes, "Oh my God, that wedding that happened at the halftime show, that was real. They really got married." And everybody went, "Whoa, whoa," and reacted and all this stuff. Like 2 minutes later, the girl is sitting right next to her goes, oh my God, that wedding was real. And everybody goes, "Oh," not the one that said it, but she also didn't go, "Yeah, I just said that." You reacted to it. And then my wife goes, who's sitting next to me in earshot of all those people that were reacting to all those things. She goes, "Did you know those people, they actually got married?" Like it's as she's going through her timeline, she's like, "Oh my God." Once they get to the reel, they're all probably seeing the exact same reel that's like, "Oh my," it's the original bitch that went like that went,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, did you know this is real?" What happened was that couple sent Bad Bunny a wedding invitation. Their wedding was planned for apparently that weekend. And he said, "Hey, I'm a little busy. I got a little thing going on, but how would you like to get married on the Super Bowl?" And then the two people got, I'm assuming it was a green card wedding, but they had a
It'd be funny if they're in the middle of getting wedding and getting married, and you just see all these ICE agents swarm.
it's legitimately, I didn't even want to utter the joke because first of all, I was like, everybody's thinking it. But then also, second of all, I was like, I'm like, I don't want it to happen. I don't want to like speak it into existence. Like, I don't want to jinx them. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least let them get off the field, and then like,
Nah, dude,
maybe there's just a net at the exit of the field where they just go like, "Oh, they're just like
This is
they
this
march
is
into
all
it."
this is all remnants of. This reminds me, by the way, you being hesitant about that joke. Not even saying it might not have been inappropriate, but I gotta tell you, dude. I was thinking about this the other day. I really miss comedy right before. Just that carefree nature of everything comedically before Trump got elected.
Yeah,
Because it's like, dude, something happened. Like, and I don't even know if it's our fault. I'm not even gonna like blame the liberals who speed run being gay. I mean, eventually it was their fault, but it's like, I don't know if the CIA was like, all right, we got to make him think he's extra strength Hitler. You know what I mean? Now
Yeah.
he's fulfilling the prophecy, but like at the time, like based off no track record, they're like, we have to make them think he's extra strength Hitler. And I don't, if I can make a claim with no proof, I think I think they literally turned it up and were like, all the people at the news stations got their orders to be like, all right, guys, for the next decade or two, we're going to be so fucking gay.
Yeah.
About what? About everything.
Everything. Like everything everybody does? No, not necessarily, but we have the right to be gay about anything.
Also,
Yeah. What?
Context is out the fucking window because Trump's in office, and it's just
Yeah.
because like now, and I realized because I was like, because like cancel culture really got its strength like right before and then into the Trump stuff. And I go like, oh, we had no hope because I started doing comedy in 2012. That gave me in my formative years, I was being taught if you say something quote unquote wrong, you'll fucking die. And it was even happening.
Socially, you're dead.
It was even happening too, where I was joking around. I was joking around with people about. Did you see that skier that apparently was like the best skier ever, and then immediately blew out her leg?
That sucks, man. God damn, especially at the Olympics, dude. Every
Yeah.
4 year thing.
But I was talking to one of my friends who was like, "Oh, I want to do a joke. Oh, I'd love to do a joke about this, but I'm like, I feel like people are gonna think I'm a bad person." I was like, "Who gives a fucking shit, man?"
Yeah, I don't give a shit, bro. I wrote this fucking bit about legitimately. It's one of the fun. I don't know why. I almost like woke up Dom because I was laughing so hard because it was just literally like I don't I
You just
never
wake,
think.
you just wake up, Dom. You're like, sweetie. I know you're asleep, but I'm hilarious. Anyway,
Yeah.
good night.
Legitimately, I was like kind of proud of myself of like this might be like a T-shirt, like I know, so which means it's gonna bomb, but it's like it's you know what I mean, like it's one of those things.
What a fucking beautiful barometer. I could put this on a T-shirt and
If I was
people
on
would get it
SNL,
quickly.
this is a reoccurring character. Like essentially, how I can rank this, but like, but
That's so fucking funny. Yeah,
uh,
I might be able to put this on a tote bag.
this is merch.
This is merch.
Fuck, I forgot my point I was making right before that. Oh yeah, no,
The
but I never.
joke.
Oh, I
You
never
woke
think.
up and wrote a joke.
But I don't ever think like legit, probably to the detriment of my life at some point. I'm sure. I mean, to this point, I can't argue it. It is like I is the fact that like I never think of like not like the consequences. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think of consequences when I make a joke, and I don't know if that's just a luxury of my retardation that I didn't get that thing of like I don't want to get in trouble. I'm gonna say it as respectfully as I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not just gonna go rape joke. But like
Rape.
if I
Oh, sorry,
personally
snowflake.
if I ever personally think of something like that, I'll say it. I never go like, oh, better not say it because I don't want to get in trouble. But like it's just interesting to think that of like I want to make a joke, but I don't want to get in trouble. And it's like, shut the fuck up. If you make like legitimately, that's like to me that's an oxymoron. If you say I want to make a joke, but I don't want to get in trouble, it's like so you don't want to attempt to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, you'll get like
Well,
people will again, like you said, murder you.
I will
You're
give
done
them.
socially.
I will give them benefit of the doubt because there is like a thing where like because that was the real thing we realized of like cancel culture where it was like oh if you it's not even about saying the wrong thing because
Yeah.
it's like well it's like I remember people are like so and so's in trouble. I go like in trouble who what do you mean in trouble? Like is his mom mad at him? Like what do you like who's in trouble? You're it's like oh people he's never met on the internet don't approve of the things he said. I go like dude, I gotta be totally honest. If it's not like my wife or my mom or like maybe my dad, it's like I'm not in trouble. Or
Yeah.
it's like the only people I can be in trouble with are even if it was like the IRS. It's like no, we just disagree on tax policy.
Brother,
Uh,
I literally have a joke about my dad killing himself because and like it was on my brother's birthday. And I go like my mom never liked to play favorites, but my dad played for keeps. I'm so proud of that joke.
yeah,
I'm
dude, you know,
so I like he definitely had a least favorite. It's legitimately one of those ones where I was like, I'm like, if I ever told that in front of my brother, I might like in the middle of saying it, go like, oh shit, he's here. Like, like it's kind of like one of those things of like, he knows I'm joking, right?
well,
I don't
no,
know. Like I never think of that thing of like, come on.
nah, for me, the only time I ever, I guess the term would be pull punches or something is
Yeah.
like, and this kind of correlates to what I was going to get at earlier, where it's like, it's not so much about like, ooh, who am I gonna be in trouble? Because again, you're a random fucking retard on the internet. I'm not in trouble with you. But the bigger thing is like, okay, who's gonna be an irrational homo about this? That's
Yeah.
really what it is. And that's like I think about it sometimes too when my brother, I don't want to shit on him too hard because he's gotten like way better about it, but like my brother used to be like terrible at talking politics, where it's like
Yeah.
the second you start disagreeing him with him, he would just start like fucking spazzing and getting really loud. And it's like, I like to talk about politics and shit like that. And also sometimes just with my nature, I might also get loud, but I'm not going to be like cutting you off and like saying like, no, you can't say that. But like, that's the kind of shit like my brother used to do.
Yeah.
And I would get mad at him where I'd be like, we'd be hanging out. And because like I can't not be a thoughtful fucking nice guy. It's actually annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
And he would start talking about certain things politically, and I would just get fucking annoyed.
Damn. What the
Go
fuck
again.
is going on?
Here we go again.
There
we go.
The Illuminati. Would you do that?
Go.
Do you do that, Carmela?
But no, it would get fucking annoying because I'd just be like, dude, you're not going to be able to like handle this conversation. You're going to spaz. Stop going into these conversations.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people like that in society where, and then, there's a lot of people like that in society where it's like, again, you're not getting in trouble. You're just going like, oh yeah, there's certain things you say where irrational pockets of society will feel emboldened to fucking end you.
Yeah. I think that's the thing is like people need to stop like putting their limitations on everyone else kind of thing of like, if you know that you have to realize that you're somebody who reacts a certain way when certain things are brought up. So it's like a thing where like if you're in public or if you're in space with other people and something like that comes up, you also need to know how to fucking control that shit. You know what I mean? Like like you said, like you can't just react that way. Like I'm not gonna. I was just gonna say I'm not gonna make that joke. Like I don't care. Like I legitimately I have a weird thing where like if I think it's the right time, I'll say a joke anywhere. It's all about timing. It's in my opinion, it's all about that timing thing. But like, if it's a situation where these things that always come up always lead into these, like, how you react. You can't do this. Like, stop doing this to me. Stop making it everyone else's problem. Like, I guess that's the thing of like,
well, I was like,
you go to a comedy show and then you're like, they said something I don't like. Like, okay, if you are affected a lot by people saying things that you don't like, you have to take that burden. You can't put that on everyone else.
But the problem with those people is they think they don't think that they're overreacting. They think that it's like because fucking being a do-gooder and all that shit is like still so much social capital to people, and that like no one takes the time to go like, maybe I don't know everything.
Yeah.
Maybe every societal norm right now that my specific group thinks isn't the exact perfect thing that should be for everyone else. You know what I mean? Maybe I just don't know fucking everything. And it's like, dude, I like with how my brother used to be, I would equate it to, I would joke with my wife. I'd be like, he doesn't know how to hold his conversational liquor. It's like someone going like, oh, let's do shots. And we're all like, hey man, like, do you forget that every time you say do shots, you black out immediately and shit like that? Like, remember you got that DUI, and it used to be like that with my brother talking about certain subjects. And you know what? Since you brought this up, Pat, I do want to bitch about my brother. No, you just reminded me of what the fuck was it? It was remember you said the thing too about like people getting presents for you where it's like, oh, you didn't even like try to remember who I am.
It was the theory of the thought. It's the thought that counts. And I was like, no, sometimes legitimately giving it very little thought is very insulting.
Yeah.
So it's like
my brother,
you're like, you're just exposing that you didn't know anything about me and you forgot why you were coming here originally. Like, I appreciate you being here, but your presence would have been the presence at that point.
Yeah. My, Good line, dude. You start rapping.
Well, no, that was the other thing. Before I forget it, you said that sometimes people don't know things. That's why I put this up because I was like, the one thing I know is that I don't know everything. That's the one thing I know.
All I know is that I don't know. All I know is that I don't know nothing.
I should write a song. Wait, write that down. Hold on, I'm
Yeah.
gonna write that down. But yeah,
Yo,
sorry.
you should
I brought up your brother, and then you were
completely inspire a genre and then never make music again.
yeah, and for no good reason whatsoever. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think, and it'll be addressed multiple times. Never mind. Hey, this isn't a music podcast, guys. What are you guys here for? Music, you idiots? Just kidding. But you're saying your brother was the worst person?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no.
Well,
Oh no, I like that, by the way. Not being able to hold his conversational liquor or whatever, like that.
yeah,
Like
that's what
social
that's
liquor. Yeah.
and I say that this is a past tense. He's gotten way better, but he'll still like message me stuff, just being like, and it's the
Nice.
inherent
Oh yeah.
what?
Sorry, Derek's. I tell my kids all the time. All I know for sure is that I don't. As I know
Yeah,
nothing. Hell yeah. Brother.
yeah. It's the problem with like the more you learn, the more it's like the more I was gonna say this earlier about people who like spaz over shit because I think sometimes reacting like that is a sign of like lower intelligence or just in general
Inexperience.
ignorance and experience is a good
Yeah,
way to
yeah.
put it too. Because it's like a lot. It's like you got to remember. It's like people who don't know. People who don't know that they don't know. Dude, we're killing it today.
It's like their thing. Like they if their thing is not being aware, how can you ever expect them to learn from their mistakes? Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you do have to give them a little bit of that kind of grace, like that little bit of slack, essentially, to be like, yeah, like you said. But I don't like it either. Like you were saying, I don't like to have to like. I don't want to be the one that monitors your fucking quirks. But it's just one of
Well,
those things for me to hang out with people and like knowing they have those things. It's just being like, okay, so I just don't talk about this, this, or this. Like, and if that
yeah,
comes up, hightail it or change the subject. Like, it's one of those things where like it's just for my own peace of mind. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to fucking deal with certain shit. I'm a grown ass man, and like I don't have to. It's not fucking preschool. You don't have to be friends. You don't have to be friends with anybody like that. You don't want to. You
It's
don't
a
have
really
to.
good. It's a really good point.
You know what I
So
mean?
today on the podcast,
You know, it's
Pat,
I think
I
that's
never
gold,
thought about it that way.
brother. That's gold. I didn't even see that coming. That was great. This is a genuine giggle. Oh
Pat, you
yeah,
really,
I never thought of that. Click.
you just say that in front of your wife, and she's like, "You're right.
Yeah,
I want a divorce."
she walks by in the background. She goes like,
Huh.
"Divorce lawyer?
Like, hey, I'm leaving
Yeah, that's not my name.
forever, not just like for today,
Yeah,
forever.
I'm gone. Hey, I'm just gonna be leaving forever. Goodbye."
Oh, but the thing I keep forgetting to get to is my brother. My brother does the thing similar to like the presents where he'll be like, he'll like bring up something and be like, so this guy, he said this. Can you believe that? And I go, I agree with that. And we've talked many a times, and it's a thing that happens with like kind of like overly liberal progressive people is like they have a much harder time understanding the fact that it's like you might not completely agree with them. I've noticed it like way more like obviously conservative people. Well, it kind of goes hand in hand with a thing I've heard where it's like conservative, like right wingers have a better perception of what left wingers think and believe than left wingers do of right wingers. Like if you ask like if you ask your average left winger, they're probably going to give you a much more over the top going out for milk. Is that what
We're
you're
never
laughing
gonna
at?
see him again.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Yeah. Dom just needs to go get a pack of cigs.
Yeah, can I come with you? Why can't I come with you? I just got to do this.
Oh, but anyway, not to like I always need to make a point. I never want to undersell how fucking gay and annoying right wingers and conservatives are. But like broadly speaking, they probably are better at breaking down a left winger than a left winger is breaking them down. Like left wingers always seem to go much more over the top. And actually, if we're talking about trying to understand other people, a lot of times this is where I meet left wingers halfway, where I like you'll hear them say a version of reality that's much more heightened and over the top, where they'll see
They're enslaving children in fire bunkers, and you're like, are they really? And you're like, well, no, they're splitting families up. And you go, that's bad enough. You can just say that.
Yeah, dude, that's
Don't
that's
over.
such a good observation to point out. Is I've noticed that a lot of times with left wingers, where you're always like, the truth is just as bad. I don't know why you had to like add to it.
Yeah, splitting up families and doing that shit is it. I mean, but see, that's another thing. We all know that in this country, that is essentially a death sentence. Like once you get into the foster care system, it's like it's a mess. And you're an immigrant
Yeah.
that the English is your second language or whatever. Like, so like now it's a situation where like, yeah, you are sending them into a proverbial hell, but you're going like they're torturing
Yeah.
them. They're doing, and you're like, it's torture emotionally, but it's also it's bureaucratic bullshit. Like that's bad enough to say
Yeah.
they're sending immigrant
You know what's
children into
another
the foster system. Terrible.
what's another really good example? I forget the kid's name, but it was the one
Elian Gonzalez.
what?
Is it
Oh,
Elian Gonzalez, the Cuban kid?
yeah. I remember
Sorry.
being young, having no idea what any of that was, and they just keep showing the same picture of a little kid being like, and there's just like a dude with the SWAT uniform and a huge gun. I remember being a little kid being like, feels like that's a little too much, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what that kid did, but
No,
let him go.
it was the one where it was like a black kid was running, and then it was like Cletus and Billy Bob in a truck, and they like citizens arrest the back of his head off of him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It was that one, and like everyone talking about it, they were like, he was just out going for a jog, and they decided to execute him. And it's like, well, no, he was like 10 miles away from his house in work boots. I don't know if you've ever met a runner. That's
Yeah.
not like what you and he was wandering around the construction site, where he shouldn't have been, da 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 da. And I go, you know what all that info leads to? Not deserving to get shot. It still doesn't.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know why. I don't know. It's and the right wingers do the same thing. They'll be like, oh, did he die? Well, 5 years ago
Well,
he fucking said a bad word, and you're like, what? Actually, conservatives were dude, we're in a whole different world. They were doing it to white people in Minnesota. They were like, yeah, they were like, oh, did he get shot by ICE? Well, he kicked a taillight 11 days ago, and you're like,
yeah.
what? Are you guys the dumbest people ever?
Yeah, dude. There was to me when I think I was still living in Florida when it happened, the George Floyd thing. No, not George Floyd. No,
That whole thing?
Sorry. Trayvon Martin.
Oh, yeah.
What's that guy? George
Zimmerman.
There we go. Sorry. The George Zimmerman thing where like I was like, okay. So he felt like he was in danger. And I go, okay. Well, why did he feel like he was in danger? Oh, because he was in pursuit of this young teen, even after being told by the police, don't pursue him.
Yeah.
Like all this other shit, and went to pursue him, kept saying like, show me your hands, what are you doing here, questioning him, all this shit. And then eventually the kid attacked him. And I go, okay, I'm still kind of feeling like if somebody was like following me and harassing me in my and I was in my dad's complex, my mom's complex, whatever the fuck it was, like I would go, I would feel at least like I need to confront this guy. But then when he confronts this guy, the guy then is justified in killing him. And I go, wait a minute, how do we you escalated this? Do you know what I'm saying? Like that was the thing of like, you can't stand your ground if you're forcing your ground on somebody. That's how I saw it. You can't just keep running up to somebody and shoving your ground in their face.
It's like, hey, get off my lawn.
This is my ground. What are you
It's
doing?
like, hey, man, get off my lawn. Dude, you're kind of pushing your lawn into my back.
yeah, you're shoving your lawn in my face, and then you're telling me to get off of it. And it's like, I'm trying to leave where you are. So the stand your ground law, I don't think really constituted. But again, that side of the aisle or that side of the conservatives were like, well, he was justified. He's just protecting himself. And it's like, brother, he put himself in danger. Like, even if this was a criminal, like, you're still like, what are you fucking doing? It's like, I'm tired of people breaking into this. Is this your property? Is this your fucking complex? Well, these are my neighbors. Do you help any of them with their groceries? Do you fucking babysit their kids? Do you walk their dog for them when they're out of town? Like all this, like, are you a community? Or are you just a fucking power hungry? Oh, sorry. That whole story really fucking pisses me off. The whole thing with like shoving your ground in someone's face and going like, I was just protecting myself, and it's like you fucking did this, brother. You put
Yeah,
yourself there.
I know, and
You are in no position to do that. And it's like that's the kind of shit where I'm like, you're just provoking this shit. But then when the argument comes up, it's like it's this innocent black teen and blah blah. And it's like it doesn't matter who it was. This
yeah,
fucking guy was out of his jurisdiction
yeah,
essentially
that's
because
what
he
I
had
was
money.
gonna. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna joke, not to agree with Slav slightly, because I don't
Yeah.
know how much I ever want to do that. But no, because I think they were. I think they were kind of hitting Trayvon Martin with the poor, like poor little baby. Like they wanted to make you think he was like a fucking 8-year-old just doing this and that. But then again, it does come back to the point where it was like, in the I forget the kid's name who was like they said he was just going out for a jog, where it's like he wasn't. He was actually probably doing something he shouldn't have done. I
Yeah.
don't know if it was a horrible law, like a horrible crime that he was doing. It might have been a 2 or a 3 on the scale of 1 to 10, you know what I mean? But again, it's like then but again you see with the whole the response to it is almost just like, yeah, that probably was a lot as well.
Well,
I'm not as familiar with the Trayvon Martin stuff.
and
I've heard a lot of people say like, yeah, they kind of like made it a little theatrical with the this and that with the
yeah.
case and stuff, but I do completely I remember Jim Norton talking about it, and I was like, I kind of agree with that, because he had a broad sentiment of like, whatever happened, it's like George Zimmerman always seems like a fucking pussy in it.
Yeah, yeah. Like no matter what, he was a guy that provoked confrontation. When the confrontation was then brought to him, he fucking went, "Uh oh, he's better at this.
Yeah,
He's better at confronting." So he's essentially is like saying, "Show me your hands. You know what's going on here. What are you doing here?" Like blah blah blah, and it's all the shit of like if you were walking through a complex or again there is a situation where I personally would go like, oh, I'm just looking for my friend's house. It's my blah blah blah, or my dad's house or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like if it was, I could see somebody also going like, the fuck, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like some guy in just street clothes that's just like, what are you doing here? It's kind. It's like I see it from both sides of like you can react by saying like I don't have to fucking tell you anything. You don't like. Do you work here? Or
yeah,
are you just asking me? And then I also see there's no harm in just going like, hey, I'm just going to my fucking buddy's house or whatever. If they continue to, then my problem is when you engage with them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's when you're kind of giving him that authority that he does not have. He was just some dude that fucking was like, well, there's been some break-ins in the area, kind of thing of like, okay, I'm not breaking into anything. Like, why not just observe and report? Like, essentially, that's what when he called the police to report a suspicious character, they said, okay, do not pursue. We're sending somebody out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like it's not. It's a simple thing of like I understand that like and then but then the nobody really knows necessarily what it's kind of just George Zimmerman's word. I think there was very little witnesses. Some people heard confrontations. He definitely did attack George Zimmerman, but
yeah.
I'm saying that in multiple occasions there was a situation where you could just simply keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. Sure. If you're
Yeah,
suspicious of him, keep an eye on him. Don't
yeah,
fucking follow or harass him. He's still fucking until you actually witness him breaking a law, then
yeah.
you
So
don't have like the fuck is the point?
I'll say this. I'll say this too, just to be fair to both sides of the argument. Because again, that was not one I got real deep on, but just basic, based off of what you're saying, and then Slav always. I love how like fucking racist dudes autism just activates, and
Yeah.
the way they can just rattle off facts based off of just like, do I need to justify a black kid's murder?
I'm
Just like bam,
I'm
bam, 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 bam.
I'm
But
saying factually.
Wait, real quick, real quick. What I'm just saying is like, even if like, I guess where I'm coming from on a lot of these, where I go like, even if you take the worst interpretation of what the like Trayvon Martin did. If you take the worst interpretation of what Trayvon Martin did, it still is a situation of like, if George Zimmerman's, deputizing himself being neighborhood watch, he was well
Yeah.
within his right to be like, yo, what are you doing, dude? But
Yeah.
like, it's like wait till a better trained person. Cause I don't want to, I think everyone has the right to be like, hey, this is my neighborhood. You can't just be like wandering around here or whatever the fuck. But also at the same time, like George Zimmerman, every second I saw him do anything, he seemed like a bumbling oaf. And it was like, dude, also understand your limitations. And if you can't beat a teenager in a fight,
Right.
maybe just like, I'll even give him benefit of the doubt. Like, yeah, basically follow him around until actual trained people come.
When you start the fight, brother, like that's the thing is like that's what it's not, you're not protecting yourself if you started the altercation. That's not protecting yourself. You're trying to cheat. You're cheating in a fight. That's the thing. If you pull a gun out when you've challenged somebody, unless like that's the thing. If you pull your gun out and you go, "Hey, what are you doing here?" Blah 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 blah, then it's very clear what your intentions are. You're there to protect. But if it's just some dude, some stranger asking you, another stranger, "What are you doing here?" It's like, "What are you doing here? Who are you?" That's
Did he
always my
not live
intention.
there?
I think he was visiting. His dad lived there or something. That I believe it was either his dad or a relative that he lived there.
Okay.
And
So, I mean, that's not crazy why he would be there.
right,
But at the same time, like I guess what I'm more focused on in the situation is almost just like, bro, it doesn't seem like you're trained to do this.
right.
Maybe
And
it's
the
like,
cops have already told you, do not do this. You're not trained to do this.
yeah,
Like
it's like
saying thank you.
understand your limitations of the situation.
Right. And like so that to me is where the case, it was the same, it's a very different case, but same state. I still when I was living there also, the Casey Anthony case, when that happened. I said that okay, I understand if this was an accident or whatever, but you lied to the police, you hid evidence, including a fucking body. You know what I'm saying? Like that. As child endangerment or something like that. So like the best case scenario, they're like, no, she killed her on purpose, and it's like, no, why can't there's enough here from what she's saying happened. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Of like, oops,
Yeah.
I found a body and I hid it in the fucking woods, and then I put it somewhere else, and I did all this other shit. Like the thing she's saying that's her excuse. Even with the documentary that came out like a couple years ago or a year,
Yeah. Came out
where she's like,
probably.
okay, here's what actually happened. You know, she drowned, and my dad did all this thing. I go, okay,
And before we
things,
even
more illegal things.
before we even start the documentary, I really want to make it very clear. I am a known liar.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I will say though, the documentary, you were like, damn, I think she I don't think she fucking did it, but she definitely was like an accomplice to not telling the truth
not
ever about
solving the
it.
crime, and also to say that you're innocent because you're like, well, I didn't, my dad did this and I was in shock and all this other shit. I'm like, you fucking lied. You openly lied and played a victim of being like, I didn't do it. I didn't know anything. And it's like, but it's still a thing where like, even your best case scenario of like, the altercation would not have happened if you did not pursue him after people told you not to fucking pursue him. So
Yeah.
it's a situation where I think that's where the fucking story begins. If Trayvon was breaking laws, breaking into houses, whatever the fuck he was possibly doing or he was suspected of doing, I don't believe this, and I don't believe that this is speculation, and I feel 100% confident saying the factual answer of I don't think that Trayvon Martin deserved to die. Whatever he was doing that night, I don't think he deserved to die, including attacking the dude that kept pursuing him and fucking harassing him. So I don't give a shit. I don't think he deserved to die. I think if George Zimmerman wanted to fight, or an altercation or to stop this crime that was not happening, even by his own admission. You went, you provoked an altercation, you didn't like the outcome, so you cheated, and you pulled out your gun and you shot a teenager. So like that story is bad enough to me. So like it's one of those things where I'm like, if you're the one pursuing if somebody came up to you and shot you, then I go, 100%, that's not okay.
Yeah.
But then there's always going to be a side that goes like, whoa, did they know each other? What happened? Or did they do something? Or like, does anybody deserve to get shot in the head besides, Epstein
Yeah.
people?
This might be this might be this might be my autism, but like I guess the phrase that's always like an interesting phrase in those situations where it's like deserve to die. And I might have even said it earlier. So but like even the phrase deserve to die
Yeah.
is almost like I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting at. I guess I just go back to my original point of like cuz like the way I understand things the best for me is I always go like I always take like both sides and I go is what happened valid in your version of it and is what happened valid in your version of it. And I go honestly like in the worst interpretation of Trayvon Martin in that scenario, I go yeah, I still don't know where the murder like would have resulted. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Where is it justifiable? And you go, well, it's because he was attacking him. I was like, well, I think he was pursuing him and he attacked him. I don't know it, but that's what I'm saying is the only person that we have that actually was there was the guy who's still alive because he killed the other guy.
Yeah,
So
and
like
I also
everybody else
too,
was like shit they heard in their apartment complex.
and also to the point of also to the point of Slav gets so cunty if you don't agree with his statements.
Yeah.
But no, well, also too like, oh, the cops told you to stand down. There is part of me that's like, well,
That's a law broken.
but even that, like, just the statement of like you broke a law. You're like, all right, we all break laws every day. There's so many bullshit laws. Like, there's something to me, even if the cops are like stand down, and you're like, okay, so what? This kid can cause more problems while you guys take 40 minutes to get here. Like,
Yeah.
and again, this is going in the less charitable towards Trayvon scenario. And even in that scenario, I'm also just like, yeah, you're well within your right to kind of like hover around the kid and go like, yo, dude, can you bounce? Like, we're suspicious of you. Get out of
Yeah.
here. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
It's a thing
again,
where,
like strategically getting in an altercation with the kid is stupid.
right. And also, especially if you're a fucking pussy and you can't take on a 17-year-old human, whether it be a kid, a man, anything you want to call it. Cellrat's got it right. No wonder he brought a gun. Grown ass man can't take on a kid doing adult activities. He's a weak ass adult.
I would love.
He's a weak human being. And this is what I want to say too. I want to clarify this. If George Zimmerman, this is the same story, same everything. He ended up getting into altercation with Trayvon. He went to pull his gun out. Trayvon got his gun and shot George Zimmerman. You know what I would say? I don't think George Zimmerman deserved to die because I don't like the things
Yeah.
they're doing should not have escalated to that, and they would not have escalated to that if the little pussy boy, which I mean George Zimmerman, didn't bring his little pew pew stick because he had his little pew pew stick because he's like, well, I don't want to get hurt, and it's like, well, if you don't want to get hurt, stop provoking people.
Well,
Idiot.
if I'm being, well, if, well, I don't know.
I'm saying
well, no,
in
I
his
feel weird
case. I'm
because
not saying that in every case. I'm saying his case is he's gonna go out there and he goes, now I feel like a big bad guy, and I'm gonna go, hey buddy, what are you doing here? And he's gonna go, fuck you, and he's go, no, you can't say that to me. I'm asking you a question. What are you doing here? And then he goes up to him. He had all the bravache and all the bravado of all the fucking security guards that are like you see in those skate videos where they're like, I will kill these children to stop them from doing skate tricks on this property. It's like a thing where you're like, okay, I get it. But if you didn't have that level of ego or that level of like fucking whatever it is, I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to put it. But if he didn't have that kind of thing where he was like, well, now you can't talk to me that way, buddy boy. And then because if something happens, worst case scenario, and then he starts attacking him, he's gonna go, "Oh no, I'm being attacked," and then like he just has the eject button. Do you know what I mean? Like I get
Hmm.
it. I get why most people want to carry, and most people do carry. But I'm saying in
See, I
George
guess.
Zimmerman's case, he's a pussy. He's a pussy.
Well, no, yeah, because that's the thing. It's like I don't want it to come off like I'm like defending George Zimmerman because
No,
everything I
no,
see,
I'm not.
everything I see of George Zimmerman, I'm always just like, yeah, that guy sucks fucking ass. It's the same thing with like, it's kind of similar to like when I talk about the Kyle Rittenhouse shit. I try to talk about it in like a procedural way where I'm like, the whole time Kyle Rittenhouse was in his right, like to do everything. I thought that was actually good trigger discipline, yada yada yada. All that being said, every time I see Kyle Rittenhouse in a fucking interview doing anything, I go, this kid sucks ass.
Yeah.
And I guess like my thing with George Zimmerman is like, again, you're almost like adding on to it where it's like the guy already sucks enough ass. So then it's like, well, dude's well within his right to carry a gun. I like
Hmm.
fully support that. He's
Hmm.
well within his right to like patrol the neighbor, well, not patrol the neighborhood, but like, if that's his family's neighborhood or whatever, and they see a kid acting suspicious or whatever, again, it goes back to the thing of like, um, it goes back to the thing of like in the moment, like you're not well trained, you went about it in a really sloppy way. Cause
Yeah.
I don't fault people. I don't know if I'd necessarily like, carry a gun around like that or whatever. But I don't ever fault people for wanting to do that. I don't think it like makes you and I'm not saying you're saying this. I don't think it like makes you a pussy to want to like bring a gun around with you, but at the same time, it's your responsibility to be fucking responsible with it.
Right. This is really funny. St. Ivan, dude saying 17 years old isn't a kid. And it's like Slav is on some, how old is 17 really?
Yeah, I also hate that
Slav,
shit
you're on the
too.
Epstein list, you little fucking
Well,
freak.
I also hate that shit too because like that also is another like it's like I don't know, dude. What like even if he was 35, you should still go like the smartest way to go about it is to just like not eat to be like, hey man, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And it's like it's like, yo, maybe I'm gonna hover till we actually get like cops around here or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I,
people always do that with like they get like hyper fixated on the age thing, and I'm just like, nah, man, because I guarantee you a lot of these situations happen where people are not prepared, like they get themselves into a situation they're not prepared for,
yep.
and then they like fucking spaz, and then they make bad decisions.
And it's almost like the police knew that was a possibility. So that's why they said, hey, bud, stand down. They said, thank you, concerned citizen. We're going to note that, and we're going to send a control or patrol car out or whatever. We'll make a note of it. Thank you very much. Thanks for the description, blah, blah, blah. And he's going to, I'm going to see what he's doing. They're like, no, no, no. Please don't. Please don't do that. I think Slav is just unfamiliar with our laws here. I think that's what it is. Like because he's from another country. And I would just want to say,
He's a dirty foreigner.
yeah, that well, obviously. But he just doesn't understand what laws are or what
Yeah,
things are. You know what I mean? Like it's like 17 legally in this country, legally is still considered a child. You can still be on your parents' insurance. You can still all this other shit. You sometimes can be tried as an adult for sure, but legally, like you're not an adult yet. You can get into R-rated movies. That's about it.
sure.
That's
I also too, for me, like, again, going back to the whole like the cops told you not to, and I'm always just like,
yeah.
well, who the fuck are the cops? And that really just goes back to like, you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Well, it's just like I don't know. It's almost like that appeal to authority or whatever the term would be. It's just like, oh, the cops said. It's like, well, the cops fucking suck ass half
No,
the
no,
time.
he
And then
he called for their advice. Like he asked them. I understand what you're saying. Like who would go to the what are you talking about? Going to the cops. He did. He
yeah,
went to the cops and the cops said, "Okay, cool. Thank you very much. We're reporting it. Like don't." And he's like, "I'm going to go after him." They said, "Don't go after him."
mm-hmm.
To me, that's like where the clear part where you're like,
No, you're right.
you consulted authority. The authority figure told you don't do this.
No, I get
You did
that.
it
That
anyway.
makes sense. I guess I was more saying the broader sentiment of like the cop said this.
Mhm.
I'm always just like, okay, the fucking, the stormtrooper said that, cool. But
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I get in the context of like he was like, hey guys, I look up to and wish I could be, but I'm too
Right.
fucking retarded to actually be that. What should I do? And he goes like, that doesn't make me feel like Clint Eastwood. Let me go do let me go do what I want to.
That
I
does,
see
yeah.
what you I see what you're saying. That's why I'm trying to be fair, because like I'm trying to just go
Yeah.
about this in a way where it's like you're responsible, but you also don't know any of the details.
I want you to know, I don't want to take anybody's gun. I think he would. You're right. He's absolutely right to have his gun. He can have it carry with him. He can have it there for protection. But in this particular thing, it was not protection. He pursued somebody he should
Yeah,
not have.
yeah.
Even after he consulted authority and said, like, hey, should I do this? And they said, no, don't do it. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, I believe he had already applied and failed to be police officers. Like, so it's like a thing where like he doesn't have that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he doesn't have that bullshit. Yeah. Hey, Slav, I just want you to know, when you ask the police, when you call the police and ask them, yes, I do think you should listen to them.
Well, yeah, when
Because
you're
asking them, you fucking retard.
when you're asking for daddy's permission,
Right, you
and
ask for daddy's permission, you
and
listen
daddy
to daddy.
doesn't give it to you, you should listen to daddy.
Yeah, Zimmerman is not. Zimmerman is the worst bootlicker in the world, but he's the bootlicker. You fucking dummy.
Yeah.
How can you? It's again the language barrier, because he's a fucking foreigner.
He's a
He
dirty
doesn't
immigrant.
understand us, and I don't like.
Dirty foreigner.
Do we have to talk slower for you? Like I don't understand. Zimmerman was the retard, just like you.
Yeah, man.
I haven't read most of what he said. I just see
Well, no, it is, but a lot of those scenarios, it
he's
is
a failed bootlicker. Yeah, failed bootlicker is the best way to explain. Sorry, that is perfect, Sailrat. George Zimmerman is a failed bootlicker.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, but it is also like it is also important nuance to talk about, because I said it before when I realized with like that Daniel Perry, the guy on the train, where I was like, he was completely in his right. He was it's kind of like vaguely similar, but he was way more in the right.
Yeah.
But like his only problem was like, okay, you learn the hold, but I don't know if you learn to let go of the hold.
Wait, is that the guy? That was the guy. Did you say that was the guy that choked the homeless guy out?
He was the guy. Yeah, he choked out the homeless guy on the train, and like everyone on the train was apparently like, yeah, the dude was violent as shit, scaring us.
Yeah.
And he like choked the guy out. But even then, it's like if the guy's like, if you let up and the guy's still spazzing, I could see in a fucked up situation you accidentally killing a guy.
Yeah.
But why was I bringing that up? Oh yeah, because like immediately, it's why I think a lot of these situations, because this shit happens constantly every day. It's like I could find, I'm sure statistically more like certain ones happen more often than others, but it's like at this point I don't know, because like, dude, for every incident like this that like hits the media's what am I trying to say? They're like, oh, it hits all of our check marks, where it's like a white guy killed a black guy, this and that, and or George Zimmerman, a Mexican guy with
here's a picture of him in a MAGA hat, or him in a Biden jersey, or
yeah. But then it's like there's situations that happen in the reverse. So it's why I always just like, I get fascinated how political these become. Where
right. Yeah.
if I know who you voted for your whole life, I know how you feel about Kyle Rittenhouse, and that's crazy to me.
It is nuts. Yeah, that's nuts, because it's like, that's why I always felt like I never really fit into a particular party, because there's more and more like nuances to like the situations. But I try to go into any of these like court case, again, the Casey Anthony thing, the fucking I think we have differing views on the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, but to me it's not unlike the Zimmerman thing, where like you went there with the gun. It's the kind of thing of like, but it's also, I can also see him getting away with that because he went there with a gun, but not necessarily with the intention to shoot anybody. It's
Yeah.
just a
And
thing
he
where I'm
got a
like,
like he also, if you watch the video, the dude's getting attacked for a minute
yeah,
before he even actually shoots anyone. It's not until I'm pretty sure someone like brandishes a gun at one point. Um
it's not as direct as it's not as isolated as the Trayvon Martin thing where he's like there in the situation. He's like, I have to stop this guy. Kyle Rittenhouse was like, oh shit, we're doing a thing. I'm gonna go do a thing with these other people, not necessarily having like a victim in mind. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like he
But
wasn't like he
but
didn't see somebody target him and then shoot him. It was a situation where
yeah, he
you
didn't
know
do shit until he got attacked. And but even my
I still
favorite
don't
one.
like Kyle Rittenhouse though.
Oh yeah, no, Kyle Rittenhouse sucks
Yeah,
ass.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
I don't like.
in that scenario, he was a pretty good example of like a responsible gun owner. And
Yeah,
but people always say too, they're like, well, why was he there? And I go like, I mean, you could then say that about the hundreds of people burning
Mhm.
the city down.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's what I mean is like I think that was my only hiccup was like literally like he drove to the thing. Like he wasn't already there. It was like a thing that started and he went to join a thing. It just it I you
But
can't
that's the
you
thing though,
can't
if you're
tell
like,
what people's intentions are and I try to assume positive intent when like thinking of other people's like when they do things. I'm not successful at it a lot of times.
but
But
like
like
even
that's
the whole driving, I'm sorry. I'm
no.
cutting you off. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying like I just try to assume like so I would like to believe that he really did just say I'll bring this for protection, but like I'm gonna go there and stand with the people that believe in the same things I believe. I truly do believe that if he's saying that, that's what it is. It's everything he's done since then has made me hate him like more. In the situation, I just don't
That's
like the
completely fair.
you know what I'm saying? Like that
No, everything post that. I mean, his life did get flipped, turned upside down.
yeah.
You know, he just was hanging out with his auntie and uncle in Wa-Keisha. Where was he? But no, so like, you know, there is that where it's like the whole court case really fucked shit up. Now, does that make him less cringe of a kid? No. Is he a fat little doughy piggy boy that
Do I even still agree with the fact that he went and did that? Like it doesn't matter. Like I personally don't, but I also go like I don't think like I don't believe it was fully malicious. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think he was there like I'm gonna go mow these
No,
motherfuckers
I don't.
down.
Yeah, it didn't. How do I say it? Wa-Keisha? Is that like white Wakanda?
Wa-Keisha.
Wa-Kesha? Wa-Kesha with dollar? Wa-Kesha dollar sign? um, that's the episode title. But
Wa-Keisha.
I guess my thing
Wa-Keisha
with
forever.
wait, what?
Wa-Keisha forever.
Wa-Keisha? Oh yes. Whoa. I'll remember it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Before I lose this point, no, my only beef with the whole like, why did he go there? It's like, I don't know, man. If you guys start burning down a city, if you guys start burning a city down for racial justice or whatever it was, it's like you're gonna get dudes coming out protecting their shit. Because that was also a part of it too. It's like because there was like pictures of him cleaning up the city and stuff like that, cleaning up buildings and whatever. And then I believe like one of the business owners like contacted him and was like, yo, can you stand outside this place or something like that? So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a thing where it's not to me that wasn't like it was not the same situation, but close to the same vein of like, well, you got in that situation because you went there to to do it, but you didn't necessarily pursue that particular situation. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like he was somebody came up to him and started. You know, again, there's tape. Literally there's footage. There's no footage of the Trayvon shit. So it's literally it's the only human being that was alive after this altercation happened between the two people as a witness. So like, you know, even in the thing that what I was saying was even in the thing he was saying was like, okay, well you're still you kind of chased him. So to me, George Zimmerman poop, Kyle Rittenhouse poop, but not for the same reason.
Yeah.
That's the best way. I think that's the best way. Oh, I wrote it down too, just in case.
Kyle Rittenhouse poop just on a personal level, but you know, well within his constitutional right to do what he did.
Right, right. And George Zimmerman abused the laws to murder a teenager, a young baby child. It was just 7 ounces. Sorry, I'm doing the thing we were talking about earlier where they over exaggerate the people.
Oh yeah, that is a thing you always get. I was trying to do a joke about this, and it was just making people sad. But it was something about like it's always oh yeah, black mothers are always like the babies, the babies.
Yeah.
No matter the age, it's the babies.
Stop having so
Damn.
many babies.
How do we? Oh, I know a way to get out of this.
That was meant to talk about the Super Bowl halftime show, but I don't know how the hell we got to Rittenhouse.
You just get upset.
really-
You just get obsessed with black kids getting murdered, dude. I don't know why you're always like talking about it.
Right. I'm like, God damn it.
No, I'm glad. I'm glad we're about an hour in. We got the most people we got not the most, but we got a good amount of people watching. And I
The
had
best people.
the bet. Well, one's being a little gay.
Yeah. Hey.
But I have some. You know, if you guys were here, what was it? Saturday, we were having a conversation about Cub Scouts and
Pinewood Derby.
Pinewood
And
Derby.
your lie, your fibs, your bullshit.
Yeah, just finding
your
out.
boasting, your fucking.
Just finding out that a
flag
friend you support on his really illogical ideas of building anything in the woods. You support him. You want to be positive. You don't believe him for a second.
Hey,
and then the second you just bring up that you did a thing good, his knee-jerk reaction to be like, that's impossible, just to understand what his unconscious thoughts on you are.
You said you won a Pinewood Derby race.
Yes, just a thing I would totally just lie about.
You have. Don't
you've
say
met
you
me.
You did.
No,
It happened. It was
considering
like history.
Considering you met me 5 minutes ago,
It's in the annals of time.
This all makes sense. Your reaction makes sense. It's not just that you're,
I have so many witnesses. There's so much tape of this. You pursued.
it's okay.
You pursued this. You Zimmerman yourself, brother.
It's okay.
You said,
No.
I have a Pinewood Derby trophy, and I said, no, you don't. And you're like, yes, I do. And I just walked away. I was walking away from you. I was like, no, you don't, bro. And you're like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. And I was just like, brother, you. Okay, can I see it? And you're like, I don't have it here with me. I don't have it here with me.
This is Pat's problem. He clearly
let me text my dad real quick.
Clearly gets paid by the liberal media to over exaggerate and lie.
And then Andy's dad says, "Oh yeah, I got it right here, but my phone camera's not working, and my girlfriend lives in Canada, and a lot of other lies." Go ahead.
Is it exhausting being that wrong?
You bought a fucking Pinewood Derby trophy over the weekend. You went to a hobby shop. You got a fucking Pinewood Derby. Show me the receipt.
You're disgusting. You're disgusting. You're a disgusting human being. The fact that you would look at your friend that you claim to love and he would just reveal precious information to you, and your knee-jerk reaction, let me just not even consider his feelings. Let me just assume you couldn't have possibly done anything good with your life. You're disgusting. Inside and out.
I'm not saying you can't do anything good with your life. I'm saying you're not a winner.
You would know. You would know.
Brother, I've known you for a decade. Over a decade.
Yeah. You would fucking know. You would fucking know.
That's quick math. Yeah.
What? No, those aren't hard numbers for most people. This again, see, the lowest common denominator making his lack of intelligence everyone else's problem.
The only hard number I get is
Pat. Counting to 10 is hard, George.
Six rock hard, brother.
You're disgusting. Just because you're a failure doesn't mean your friends are.
Show me the Pinewood Derby trophy that you bought. What, do you find it? Did you find it?
This shit.
Did you find one somewhere at a yard sale? Oh, not even a trophy.
Look at this shit.
Good.
Do you know what a fucking certificate is?
Yeah,
I can't work around how
Photoshop
fucking...
is too. I know what Photoshop is as well. That's not even your real fucking signature right there.
It's not. It's Sharon Kushner's.
No, Andrew Malafrina. You didn't write that.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's not. This is
doesn't
not
mean it's not my name.
Where's the? Hold on. What's the date?
February 25th, 2000.
Oh.
200. Did you just say 200? You were explaining it. No. You were asking about a date and the words 200 came out of your mouth.
Why I thought you had a typo on your.
How do you trust your own brain? How do you even trust yourself to get up and fucking take a shit every morning?
Andy, if we've known each other for this long and you think my brain and my mouth are connected, suck a dick. You don't know anything.
This is what I'm trying to say, you sack of shit.
Did you make this or did you buy this?
Humble yourself, you pawn scum.
This is a really nice doctored photo.
Yeah.
Real nice doctored photo.
It's okay. You don't know what any form of success looks like, so you can't even conceive it for your closest of friends. You're disgusting. You're a pig. You're a pig.
Sharon, was it?
Sharon Kushner.
Was she on Challenger? Wasn't she one of the people on the Challenger?
You're fucking challenged.
Oh, let me guess. Oh no, that's her twin. Okay, cool, Andy. You're in so fucking deep. You don't even know. Bro.
You done? You done?
You're so fucking. You're
how sad are you,
brother? You're compromised, brother.
How sad are you? How sad are you that you need this right now?
Just the normal amount.
You can't
regular
can't
amount every day.
You can't. You're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment. You're sad. You're
also,
lonely.
Also unrelated.
You're lonely. You're making
your unrelated.
You're making your pain. You're trying to make that your friend's demise, and it's sad and it's disgusting, and you're a fucking pig.
I'm not trying to kill you, brother. I'm trying to.
You're a fucking pig.
I want you to wake up to the world that you live in.
I want you to wake me up.
Participated in a Pinewood Derby.
I want you to wait. What are the lyrics to that Evanescence song?
The Y2K Pinewood Derby. That's pretty cool. That's why they had to print it on a certificate because they didn't have computer records.
You wouldn't even know what a fucking certificate is. No one ever fucking certified anything you did because it's never been good.
I'm certified pedophile.
Oh, Bring Me to Life is the song.
Do I?
Bring me. Oh, thank God you laughed at that. Whatever you just said.
I said I'm a certified pedophile.
Certified lover boy?
No, the other one. No.
Triple G, go fuck yourself. American.
I don't know. I don't know if he's talking to. Oh, he's talking to you or me.
Saying as I'm Andy, I think he's talking to me.
Oh, he says you're speaking. Oh, I see the Andy now.
Yeah, you see the word Andy. That's and you know me, your friend Andy.
My mouse was.
Your alleged friend mouse. Yeah, what did you fucking set it to 4 inches wide? Is this how you do the mouse? You just put it up here.
Is it the same mouse?
Not the exact same company.
Logitech.
Yeah.
Oh my God, mine's probably the newer model, but I think this is a cool Photoshop. It looks pretty. Ugh.
How dare you? You're an absolute fucking pig.
You got to wear pants. I had to wear shorts.
Well, how else are they gonna rape you?
Yeah, I mean, but
yeah,
no, trust me, never happened. Yeah, we have to find Sharon. Honestly, we got to get to the bottom of this. Can we get Sharon on the blower?
But anyway, but yeah, that was the Pinewood Derby.
Honestly, though, just by coincidence, how funny would it? Okay, not funny, but how funny would it be if
I hunted you down and shot you to death?
No, if we
that is the main thing I'd want to do right now.
No, if we looked up Sharon and we did find out she was suicide, 2 gunshots to the back of the head.
Yeah,
and we're like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Well, I also too, it's legitimately like an old friend's mom, and I didn't want to actually.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't want to say that, but
yeah, like having her name there, I was also like, oh yeah, that's just like my friend's mom.
Oops, did I just stalk somebody? But,
yeah,
but like if we look her up and then it ended up being like she died mysteriously, but they were like, no, it was just natural causes. You're like, well, she fell off a bridge. That's not natural.
No, it's just like her fucking brakes got cut.
You're in too deep, Sharon.
And you're just like, wait a minute, Andy, where were you the night of March 20th, 2000?
And then we slow pan in that picture of you in the Cub Scout uniform into your face and just bang bang.
I'm just squinting. I'm like, they're on to me.
I got first place, didn't I?
They're on to me.
I told you I was going to win by any means necessary, Sharon.
Dude, it'd be funny too if you knew Pinewood Derby certificate specs,
like,
and you were like,
where's the seal?
You're like, Andy, on the 2000, on all the.
Everybody knows there was only 17 black checkers and 18 white checkers on that one. Everybody knows that.
Everyone knows, Andy, on the February 2000 certificates, the metal was on the left, not the right, Andy. This is a fabrication.
Pack 72 never even existed. How come how could you be credited with that? I don't understand. That was never a registered Cub Scout group with the
we all
organization.
Know we all know in central Pennsylvania, they stopped at 70. 72 has never existed since 1935.
Shit like
Unless you,
that. There's an umbrella man. There's multiple shooters. All this other shit.
they're like, unless you're 120 years old, Andy, I don't think you were in that. Exposed.
We find out you only competed against one other kid because the other kid mysteriously got food poisoning the day of the event. I want to blow the lid off this shit so much.
Dude, it's just a whole expose. No, here's the thing. I did win, but I sabotaged everyone's car.
Yeah, like it was you at the end, like I'm looking for the thing the whole time, but it's right in front of me. This is a movie.
Dude, like we're going up for the last round when it's me and the other guy, and when they drop the bar to like hold the cars back, you look over and you're like, my tires are flat.
My tires.
But it's like little plastic tires, but they're still flat.
And then you just like, and then it's just slow motion and Marty Scorsese like style fucking like playing an old classics thing, and your car is just zooming. The kid's going, and you're like,
there's a scene where it's like, oh, you know what? Oh, I got some. I'm talking to a kid. I'm like, oh, I got some really good cars. You want to know where the best wheels are? You just go down there and then around the corner.
No, go right there.
No, just go. There's real good wheels.
Go right there.
It's just like, oh no, Andy. No. Oh, Tommy got good wheels at home. I'm gonna get out of here. He got the good wheels. I'm like,
go ahead. Yeah, I think that'd be the fucking greatest. I think
you just make a whole JFK movie with fucking John Candy people being like, I don't know, Daddy-O. I think Andy fudged numbers on the Pinewood Derby back in
Why would I think that? Well, you have to go all the way back to the year 2000.
So here's the thing: his good friend Lee Harvey Oswald went to Russia to study Pinewood Derby cars.
This is so funny.
Is that John Candy in that movie in JFK?
Yeah, John Candy, Joe Pesci's in it. Kevin Bacon.
Him making John Candy just say Daddy-O the whole time for no fucking reason.
I hated that guy. I was like, if this guy really existed, I wish he was shot instead of fucking Kennedy.
I feel like if that guy ever existed, even people in that time were like, bro, we don't really talk like that ever.
Yeah, nobody's talked about that. Nobody
like
does that.
The same way that like greasers are made up. They're like, that's not like, it's a thing for movies. No one talks like that.
Did your dad or mom or whoever scooped that up for you? Did they ask you why you wanted it?
No, I texted him when we were on the pod last week. I was trying to do it I didn't want to like let you on that I was doing it. So like in the middle of the pod, I texted my dad. I was like, yo, do you have the Pinewood Derby trophy?
No, I think you brought it up. I think you did say that you were texting him.
Did I say I texted him? Okay,
so I thought you were lying because he's like, yeah, I have it right here or whatever.
I thought I had it because it was like I had from doing sports and stuff. I mean, I had like an endless supply of participation trophies, and the Pinewood Derby one was like the one I coveted because besides the Rootin' Tootin' Chili Cook-Off, it was like the one where I go, I actually won a thing. All of my sports trophies are glorified participation trophies. Yeah. I was always on teams that weren't that great and shit like that. And like the Pinewood Derby trophy was the one trophy I like truly won a thing. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I brought it with me, but I guess I left it at my parents.
Yeah, I think I still have some of my participation jiu-jitsu medals and stuff like that, where it's just like where you're ranked second out of 2 in your division, or like third out of 3. Yeah. Or third out of 4th. I was pretty proud of that one. That actually did feel like accomplishment. But also, I think I have like silver and like bronze mainly, like of those. But not a ton of sports trophies, but most of them were participation trophies anyway. Like, didn't you have a lot of fun? Like, again, it was baseball. Didn't you have fun? This would be like a fun memory. Didn't you have fun playing Little League baseball? And I'd be like, nope, not even a little. Not really one good memory. Gonna try to forget a lot of this. Thank you. Boy Scouts was fun though.
I loved baseball. Because I got to play first base. I was pretty good at like catching and throwing. I got to play first base, so I didn't have. But in first base, you don't gotta move a lot. It's a lot of just like, oh, and then you catch the ball and guy's out or he's not out.
Yeah.
And then because I liked how much you got to sit on the bench and just talk shit and like hang out with your friends.
Yeah, it was cool to like hang out and like dick around and shit like that. Actually, when you're in the infield again, I think I brought this up.
Wait. Andy's mom could get a pine wood there. Oh, come on. We're bringing mutters in here?
Yeah, you're talking about a mother. Yeah.
Hey, you're talking about my mother.
You bring a mother. You can't bring mothers in it.
Oh, like Kool-Aid? I not like Kool-Aid. How about that?
You kind of went like Puerto Rican there at the end.
How about that? Well, yeah, I just saw I just saw Baboon.
You went bad baby, actually. That was more bad baby. You said, how about that?
How about that?
How about that?
I did. How about that? How big are my fucking tits? How old am I? Don't worry about it. How about that?
Well, don't sexualize her, okay?
Don't sexualize her giant. I don't want to say the joke. I want to, but I'm afraid.
Oh no, it's already turned around. Oh, that's my motto way.
Oh, I'm trying to podcast over here. You're talking about good pine wood and my mother. Forget about it. Gabagool.
Oh, gabagool.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Man.
So wait, I did like. Who's trying to call me? What the hell? I did like. I saw a clip of the one clip I saw of the halftime show. I saw Baboni. He was like, "God bless America," and I was like, "Cool, man. Hell yeah." I like that. He gave a shout out to everyone. He just every country he liked. I really wanted him at the end to go like, "But not Israel."
I didn't see a lot of the first like half or whatever. I missed a lot of the first half. But when I came back, everybody was saying like most of the commercials were bummers. Most of them were like there was one that was like the Stop Jewish Hate, and we just
yeah,
really,
which like no.
Yeah, no, you stop being such hateful Jews.
Yeah.
So there's a weird thing where we kind of joked. We joked about it at the party. That was like the commercial is this kid opens his locker and he finds a note that says like stupid Jew or something like that. Like it says like dirty Jew or something. I think is what it says. And then the kid kind of said, and then it says stop Jewish hate, whatever. And it's like we were just fucking losing our fucking. We were losing it because it was like, what was that writers meeting like? Because you have to pitch so many different things to Jewish people. Like to like, what can you get? What can you get? What can you write down on the paper in the commercial that will convey Jewish hate that you can get passed by the censors who are probably also Jewish? You know what I'm saying? they're just sending up notes of like, how about the K? Nope. Okay, not that one. All right. Well, how about this one? And they're just like, this is one you call us this? And they're like, nope, try again.
Oh, dude, yeah, the writer for it accidentally lets them in on slurs that he uses for Jews.
Weatherman. Like, what does a weatherman mean?
What's a weatherman? Why you say that? What's the weatherman? The weather's out pretty good. I'd love to be the weatherman.
Yeah, and it's like they could have at least used, like, I think Triple G, like they could have used a real slur for it because this is in context. Do you know what I mean? But they're like, we don't want this to be a meme. And it's like, well, you're just, sorry, go ahead. You can play the commercial.
Loser. Dude. Did you see that? So bad.
Dude, the energy of everyone in the hallway is just like, there he is, the fucking Jew.
Like he's the only one in this high school. This is crazy.
You're telling me Jewish hate is so rampant that every kid of every every single kid, the black kid, the white kids, the Hispanic kids, they're all just on site. They go, there he is,
Jew.
The fucking Jew.
There he is. No, this is the funniest part. Is the fact that like they're not even like nobody is saying
he's just sitting there.
Hey,
he's like,
look at that fucking genocide loving Zionist piece of shit. Because I'm like, that's what people are saying. People aren't saying like, look, there he is. Oh, it's that big nose guy or whatever the fuck. They're going like, hey, you support genocide. We don't like that. They're not even bringing up the actual Jewish hate that's currently happening.
Well, that's the whole game. The whole game is just to ignore, like, the whole game is supposed to be like, I don't know what everyone's so mad about. And you're like, the genocide.
The genocide you're doing, because you guys were the last one that were getting genocided, and then you were like, "This is so terrible, stop genociding us," and then we're like, "Cool, we'll stop it," and then we gave you this, and then now you're genociding people,
and then the vast majority of
people bad.
And the vast majority of people are just pointing out that it's Zionist, but you guys are determined on correlating your Zionism with all Jewish people. So then there's going to be adverse effects of, some sort of people who go about it haphazardly, just blaming all Jews. So it's kind of like you're the one who's making it worse.
You know how this kid could to avoid this? Blend in. If you wore a Free Palestine shirt, none of these kids, you're not like obviously Jewish.
The kids walking down the hallway going like, oh God, it's going to be so awkward when my dad collects everyone's rent.
Oh God. My dad's all your dad's landlords. And boss.
I'm not going to even have any fun making 20 grand at my birthday party.
Bro, look at him. Oh my gosh. It's not funny. Stop.
Do not listen to that.
Thank you, man.
He's like, listen to this one. He puts on another one.
You can see a K.
Yeah, he's like, this one kind of conveys what we all feel.
Yeah. I got to tell you
speaks
that
for all of us. This speaks for all of us.
I got to tell you, Dirty Jew's pretty mild. We really want to amp it up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is like how many sticky note pitch did you send up to the fucking higher ups that said like, what if we use the K? Nope, not that one. What if we use a hook note? Nope. Okay. What if we? And they're just like, Yamaka
it's also funny too.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, it's like maybe we should just have the kid in the back rubbing his hands.
you gold digger.
No, it's like dude, it'd be so funny. So it's like, okay, so here's a couple slurs and anti-Semitic statements we could possibly have, and it's just a endless. It's just like, guys, we checked 4chan. There's a lot of them actually.
Yeah, they're like, wow, they've been working hard. They're like, wait, we pay these people? No, this is just on the internet.
Oh no, they just do it for the love of the game.
Yeah, these aren't our writers. These are just people that are you
guys know they've been saying a lot about you for a while, right?
We just Googled it. You know what I mean?
I also there's something about two and three Jewish teens have experienced anti-Semitism, and it's like, wait, so you're telling me there's just 33% of Jews being like, what's the big deal, guys?
yeah. Even they're not on their side. They're like, yeah, I guess you can stop the Jewish hate, but I don't know what you mean. I mean, somebody parks in a spot you wanted.
I gotta take their word for it. I never it's like, no, I bet all of you have experienced it. It's more of just about like why or how bad is it actually? Yeah, like things like that.
Yeah. This is just interesting though. So yeah, that was the Super Bowl this year. Every year or every time there's been a new pope since the Seahawks have existed, the Seahawks have made it to the Super Bowl the year there was a new pope elected.
Also, by the way, they are now like, so they want you to have an identifying symbol.
Oh my God, the blue square. Isn't that the fucking the roofs? The roofs that are blue don't burn from the laser beams?
Wait, is that real?
Yeah. The Maui fire, what was the other one? Some other ones where like they're suspected of using the super weapon bullshit. Apparently it doesn't attack blue things. So
I forgot about Maui
roofs. Yeah.
I forgot about Maui. I never got deep on that one.
Bro, that's crazy. And it's blue. It's a fucking blue square. That's what the roofs look like from the top. When they're doing these urban renewal things, like where they're doing like this, like basically where they just go bomb the fuck out of the place or burn it down or whatever like that. The blue structures or the blue parts are the parts that don't burn.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Kliga Triple G, he made a funny comment. He goes, not accurate. A real Jew would be complaining immediately. You know Jews. They stay quiet and keep their opinions to themselves.
Yeah, this is after multiple complaints, I'm sure. Also, you didn't even lock your locker and you didn't open it and there wasn't pig shit everywhere. So like
Yeah.
you're not like this isn't
I
necessarily
also
bullying. They're judging you.
I also want to be like fair. It's like we're not trying to like just pick on Jews in general. It's just it reminds me of remember when like Stop Asian Hate was trending for a month?
Yeah.
And then this Asian girl I went to school with, she started posting all this stuff about Stop Asian Hate and then but immediately correlated to like her life experience.
Yeah.
And it's like I remember being friends with you in high school. Your parents were very rich. You had a crazy nice house. And I got to tell you, we made those jokes because we liked you. That's how we tried to, like, her Stop Asian Hate was like, yeah, you went to a white school. And that's how we knew how to relate to you is make uncomfortable jokes. We were friends with you. We liked you a lot. But also too, I go, Stop Asian Hate wasn't about rich kids who grew up with insensitive white people.
Yeah.
It was about Asian hookers getting shot in the face and random Asian people getting fucking haymakered in the streets by schizophrenic people. You know what I mean? It wasn't about rich kids that felt uncomfortable in a new setting for a little bit.
Somebody didn't go like dirty Chinaman and put it on a sticky note and put it on your backpack. It was like people getting beat the shit out of. So like
it was like when we were all making jokes and people were done calling me fat, we made Asian jokes to you. That's what it was, dumbass.
I gotta run pee and get some more coffee real quick. I'll be right back.
Copy that. Just the gay ones. I never heard about the Maui fire stuff. I gotta tell you, dude, the like fucking sometimes the conspiracy stuff isn't hidden the same. I just like I feel like so I'm not like I feel bad. I feel like I'm not a good freedom fighter, guys. I'm not like as locked in on whatever the fucking shit is. So like Pat hit me with a deep cut on that one. Oh, I should give a shout out 39 minutes ago, Old Man Gamer 0674 with the follow. Thank you very much. Like Kool-Aid with the resub. Subscribe for 50 months. That's crazy. Kool-Aid, thank you so much, man. I take it all back. I like Kool-Aid now. Yeah, guys, if you have if you're just a beautiful human being or you got Amazon Prime, you can do a free Twitch sub. It's cool stuff. Definitely check out the YouTube. Guys, do me a huge favor. Check out the YouTube. We monetize the videos over there. We make a couple bucks. It's a fun time. I'm trying to, hopefully get this stuff just a smidge bigger so we can make a couple bucks doing this bullshit. But the number's been going up. I say this every time Pat leaves and I can't think of things to talk about. But legitimately, I've been noticing like the numbers on average going up on the YouTube, and that really does warm my heart. But yeah, I don't know, dude. It's my problem. But going back to the conspiracy stuff, it's my problem with being like, I just wish I wasn't so. I don't know if it because I hate being like I'm so empathetic because it feels like a fucking humble brag. I just like, dude, I'm just so compassionate for human beings, and it's like, nah, man, I'm not like any. I know how I am. I know my preset. It's like I every day is a struggle to like not just be a piece of shit because I just want to like I know like being the piece of shit route's super easy. And like you can just do it. You can get away with it. So it's like a daily struggle to be like, no, be a good person. Don't be a fucking asshole. Be a good person. But like I know a problem with me. I almost wish I was watching a clip of Nick Mullen talk about it, about like how he just doesn't have any emotions. And he was saying, he's like, dude, I could walk in, like my girl would just be like, yeah, so I just like fucked your best friend. He'd be like, oh shit. Anyway, so did you see in the second season of Seinfeld? And I'm like, obviously I wouldn't want that, but there is part of me that goes like, man, it'd be so sick to not feel so much for other human beings. That would actually be kind of fucking sick. It would actually, it would be so sick if we could, if I could have less compassion for my fellow man. But like my problem is, I feel like the things turn to like fucking like 10 all the time. And I feel too many things sometimes. I was actually working on it yesterday where I had this like realization where I one of my big problems I've run into is I think too much. I was just like, oh, just like stop thinking and just kind of like go with it and not like, because it's kind of ironic because it's why I like conspiracies and stuff like that is I love trying to figure a thing out. I love trying to figure a thing out. I'm really into like a movie with a twist, any of that kind of bullshit. When you get one of those like podcasts where you're like one of those true crime podcasts, like perfect example is like a thing of like, what the fuck was it called? Making a Murderer. Like Making a Murderer was one of my favorite fucking things when it came out, like trying to figure it out. And even when it probably felt tedious with, it was probably getting tedious with Pat when we were talking about the Trayvon Martin stuff, but like even sort of like hashing out the details of what is and isn't. It's just what, because it's like all I do is burp and overthink. But I got to tell you, sometimes it's not like it's a good skill to have in certain avenues. Like if you want to talk about topics on a podcast and get very detailed about it, it's good for there. But just getting through life, I've been telling them how I've been. I'm practicing thinking less.
Nice,
and it's just it's nice. You like if you just go with your instincts and not second guess yourself and just like allow yourself that. It's very nice.
I don't know if this is in that same vein, but I was going through I was organizing my hard drives. I got a big bulk hard drive that I'm trying to get all my.
You saw the Epstein files. You want to clear that up?
I just want to make sure they're all in one spot, just easier to find. And
it's just research for a documentary. That's why I signed up for that website. Anyway, here's my generation.
I wanted people to know that's not good. That's why. So I had to find out what was not good about it.
Yeah, so, I had to, dude. I had to subscribe to the child porn website so I could find out that it was bad and people should not watch it.
Well, I mean, this is not necessarily child porn, but this is probably 1 or 2 years into us knowing each other. I sent you a clip of sent you 2 links on Instagram. This is just a couple things that I found so far, but I was just like, this is crazy. Like,
oh, you're just finding old shit.
Yeah. One of them is just
awesome.
a picture, and the other one's a video. I don't know if you want to. I don't see why you wouldn't want to play it.
Yeah. No, I'm pulling it up.
No, I'm saying I didn't know if you were like saying, let me see what this is first. It's nothing bad.
It's just it's that Freddie Mercury picture. It's you, me, Nate Lemare, all in a bed.
Oh, no.
Oh, is this me bringing up Lewis?
Yeah,
I remember this video. I was very happy.
I know.
Look at that.
That's why I saved it. I was like, I want my buddy to see this.
Look at me. Look at me in a fucking XL.
In your poser shirt.
Poser shirt?
You don't like reviews.
I saw them in concert. I bought that at a concert. You're a poser. I'm not a poser.
At a Deftones concert. But anyway.
No, it was that was the one. Okay, well, tell Refuse to work harder so they can headline next time.
They're retiring again. Shut up.
They're on their 3rd retirement. So
their lead singer had a heart attack, so they're going to retire now. So leave them alone. You happy now, Andy?
Gordon Ramsay said nothing about anytizers.
Oh no, the anytizer joke. Oh no.
Guys, are you ready for your headliner for this evening? You being on Mission of Scans for Real Life Podcast, Countdown Michael Business. Give it up for the real life dude himself, Louis K. Gomez! Thank you.
That's pretty sick. Here, wait. What does Lewis say? This guy's so fucking sick.
Good.
Thank you guys so much. How are you guys tonight? Good?
Okay. Anyway.
No, he says you're really good.
Yeah. Nah, Lewis actually fucking rep PA early because I remember what the fuck? Because I was like, dude, it was so funny. I listened to because you all know I'm like a OG Skanks Real Life Podcast fan and shit like that. It just, you know what it was? It got to a point where this is why I joke. I tell people sometimes, like, obviously I love doing some comedy and joking around with my friends and stuff like that. But the deeper you get into a thing, you're gonna like lose part of why you're gonna lose part of the love of why you got into it, and it's unavoidable. And I always joke, I go, consider not getting into your main thing. Consider making your career your third or fourth thing you love.
I like this. I like the Derek.
What?
Start that hashtag, brother. Let's get that.
Oh yeah, PITM on Skankfest or We Riot. That's a good hashtag. Yeah, Lewis gave a shout out on Real Life Pod. Yeah, no, that was, I remember after this, it was after the first Skankfest. I remember talking about it, and because I went to the first one as a fan. No, did I go to the first? Yeah, I went to the first one. I only went one day at the first one. I went to that. I remember they did like the Burt Kreischer shirtless party, and I missed that. And I wanted to be shirtless with all the other Skank fans, and I wasn't. Yeah. It was a bummer. Yeah. But no, I remember, dude, even like back then, like Lewis, I remember, dude, literally driving to Lancaster. I'm driving to Lancaster, and he's like, yeah, and like I heard people on podcasts show some love, like da-da-da. Oh, Andy Malafrina. And I go, huh? What? Huh? I was like,
car almost goes off the road. Whoa,
bro, dude, I'm literally just like listening to I was like, oh, this is my fucking podcast I listen to a couple times a week, and then just throwing a shout out there. So yeah, Lewis always showed love from the beginning.
It's nice to be recognized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nice to be, well, like by people that you actually admire, because that was the thing I think started talking about at the beginning.
Sorry,
what?
I'm looking at the other one.
What?
This is the other one you sent me.
Oh yeah.
Pat the Tugboat.
I saw that and I was like, oh, that's so funny. So I'm a tugboat, guys.
Tugboat.
Good Photoshop too. It's really funny.
I do like the hat.
Yeah, that's good touch. Like everything about this.
Is that you or is that the boat?
I don't know. Me, I'm wearing a beanie in like in that picture. I'm wearing a beanie.
But that's how the boat looked in the picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody
I like it.
A boat with a hat and named it Pat George. A tugboat. No, I think it's just like the thing I was bringing up at the beginning about like people inviting celebrities to their wedding and shit like that is like a thing where you're like, usually it's like don't meet your heroes or don't meet your idols or don't meet people you admire, you know, because it can be risky. You know what I mean? And usually that's the case. But like in Lewis's case, I can say this: like I've been what is it? Apprehensive? What is it? I can't think of the word. What's the word? Apprehensive?
I don't know.
Apprehensive?
I don't know.
Is it apprehensive?
Apprehensive, yeah.
Yeah, I've been apprehensive about like I'm trying to expand my vocabulary, dickheads. Sorry, I just feel judgment from everybody coming, so I just wanted to just get ahead of that.
That's so funny. No one said anything.
I know. I just want to get ahead of it. Thank you, Salrat. Sorry, I was getting defensive. You guys are cool. I like
everyone was supportive immediately. I was being nasty.
Two things I swear to God, I'm really doing. It's not a resolution or anything. I'm really just trying to change my life. I'm trying to be positive. I really am trying to be positive, actively positive. I'm trying to build that good habit because I think that's where my discipline starts. Is like having the best of intentions, but apprehensive about working with.
You're apprehensive to being positive. Go on.
Well, to working with Lewis because he does have a reputation of being like a hothead dude. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like legitimately every single interaction I've had with Louis J. Gomez, excuse me, the rattlesnake, the Bad Bunny rattlesnake, he is a fucking sweetheart. Like he's like a super nice guy, super understanding, super cool. Like it's really nice to know like that he's not actually gonna fucking try to like beat me up or anything. He's super supportive of like younger comics and shit like that. Like it's actually nice.
I think
it's nice to be respected or appreciated by like somebody who has like built something like that. That's pretty fucking sick.
I think the only thing with Lewis is like, and it's so funny why him and Lemaire got in a fight because I think the downside of Lewis is similar to like the thing with Lemaire where Lemaire's the biggest sweetheart ever, but also like if you have to go do a thing with him, he might just hit you with a side quest or something.
Yeah.
That you just weren't expecting.
Yeah.
And it's just like, or Lemaire just loves to say things and you're just like, why is this happening? Why is he saying this?
Yeah.
And because I've heard stories about Lewis will be like, oh, how long does it take to get there? 10 minutes. And it's like, you're giving yourself like a 30-second window of error. And you're like, bro, we got to leave earlier than that. I heard it's stuff like that. But I think like on you know, when it gets down to it, he does seem like a fucking absolute sweetheart and a good dude.
Yeah, I think it's just a weird, interesting thing in general. Like the reputation sometimes you can get, or you know, kind of.
Well, that's why I always liked Lewis back in the day because dude, funny enough, I found like Lewis and Dave. Like I knew about Big J for a while because of O&A, but I found Legion of Skanks because I was listening to YKWd. Lewis and Dave are telling this story about getting into a fight with the guitarist of 3 Days Grace on Shiprock.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
I
was
saw
like,
that.
these guys are really funny. And then I always like sympathized and identified with Lewis because it was really easy to get him worked up. So I was like, well, I identify with that.
Yeah.
And then he would have legitimate complaints, but get way too mad about it. He would like go too far. And then like Bobby would always not, I'd be like, no, you're saying he's completely crazy. He just overreacted, Bobby. And I would always be like, I would always have sympathy for Lewis in those moments where I was like, I'm also a big dumb retard who overreacts all the time. I just don't go. I think he goes to more actual physical violence than I do. I just scream louder. But no, that's why I always identified with the dude from the jump.
Well, even like just for me, like I do identify with that hair trigger, get angry, like altercation level, but I'm trying to go the other way. I'm trying to be like okay, you know, whatever. Like ultimately, like to be as present as possible of like truly what just happened. What I'm angry at is what could have happened. I'm not necessarily not even just their negligence, just of the fact that just happened. Because I'm not thinking about that person before they cut me off. I'm not thinking about them. I'm thinking about them after, but that's unhealthy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's unhealthy to say, and it's not even necessarily like I said that I'm not getting mad. I don't think they're doing it to me. I'm pissed off that their negligence is affecting me,
Affecting your
negatively.
life, yeah.
So like that's the thing where, and that's the thing. It's not about you, me. It's just about me. What can I control? And what I can control is, hey, that didn't actually happen. I'll try to stay away from that guy because I think he's a dickhead driver. That's whatever.
Yeah.
We're not going to be friends. I'm not going to fight him. I don't want like I'm not going to go to either one of those extremes.
Yeah.
This is just a stranger. This is not a reoccurring situation. There's like, you know what I mean? Like I have to think about that as much as I can. But even that stuff is like it's kind of been helping me, or I'm going to have a stroke.
Yeah. And also what's helping me in a very similar vein is I'm always reminding myself, I go, the responding in those ways you've always responded have never gotten you what you wanted out of an incident or a situation or anything like that.
Best
And
case
it's
scenario,
also just
nothing happened. Best case scenario, nothing happened.
Yeah.
But, like
and
it
then,
could only be negative.
Yeah. Dude, it really is like that's why I realized I was like, oh, when I was doing the whole like when I was practicing not thinking and not dwelling on things, because that's really I say not thinking almost to be funny, but it is really like just stop dwelling on shit.
Overthinking. Not like
Stop
overthinking.
over analyzing every little fucking situation.
Yeah.
Like dude, I did it last night where I was I'm pulling up the cars. This one girl, I bring her car in, I give her keys. Who like it's the last car of the night. She works at Fogo de Chao. I bring her keys. She comes back out and she was like, hey, there was a lip gloss on the keychain. Is it? And I like look in the car. I'm sorry, this is a bad story. You pulling out the 9, dude.
No, I just got I'm making sure that I'm ready for the show. Okay.
So like we look in her car.
Hang on me.
we look in her car, we can't find that, and then I look in the podium, can't find it there where we hang the keys, can't find it there. And then I go like, yo, let me traverse my steps, like of the path I would go to go get your car. Couldn't find it there. And like, I felt myself being like, she's gonna, cause she did the thing where she's like, yeah, it was like $20. And my brain immediately goes, I go, you probably shouldn't have it on your keychain. You probably have it in your purse.
Immediately. I want to blame them.
Yeah. But also the other part of me goes, I didn't find it. She's going to be upset. Maybe I didn't do. And I go, nope. You did everything you possibly could.
Yep.
It's not there.
Nice.
Whatever. Like
Fuck
we
yeah,
can't do anything. Yeah. That's where I caught myself. Cause I was immediately going to be like, oh, she's going to be mad at me.
Yeah.
It's like, you did everything you could. And honestly, I don't remember the lip gloss being on the keychain. So
if people don't respect the fact that I normally do the most I possibly can, or that I'm able to, but I'm also not necessarily going to make every single thing a priority. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll agree to do stuff. It's on the list. It's in the rack. Boom. And he stole the lip gloss.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to.
No, how diabolical it would have been if you were just like,
Yeah.
and you just started putting it on.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
while I was
so-
talking.
So I got to tell you, that bitch is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Mm.
And then you just like smell it. You're like,
Dude, this, by the way, this is why I don't know how to do anything, because it's just a microcosm of what my wife does. I told her, I was like, yeah, my lips are chapped. I have to go get lip balm. And Steph knows that means it's going to take me 3 days to actually do that.
yeah.
So the next day she goes, I ordered these off Amazon for you.
Nice.
And it's like, but like the problem is it's a microcosm of like why I don't know how to do anything.
Yeah,
like
because
any-
it just happens.
Well, I joke with her. I go, I was like, you're a real micromanager. I was like, you gotta let me do things on my own.
She's grooming you. She's like making you reliant on her. She's
Trying to make me inefficient. So she has, and I gotta tell you, she did a great job.
It's working.
I don't remember how to do the laundry. You were there. You experienced. I put fabric softener.
Fabric softener instead of
I don't know how to do the laundry, Pat.
your own fabric softener, by the way. Like you got your own. It wasn't like you're like, hey, I'm gonna use pets. You're like, you're not like mindless. You're doing tasks.
Yeah, I
but you're
saw
just
it. I
doing them
go,
wrong.
I do want the fabric to be soft. Hell yeah.
I love that bear. That bear's so cool.
Oh.
Is there a bear in there?
Oh, no. You remind me of Poop Bear. I don't like Poop Bear.
Start drinking it.
Wait,
Wait, there's bears on toilet paper. Is this toilet paper? Oh.
Is this toilet paper bear? I will not buy it if it's Poop Bear. I don't want to buy Poop Bear.
Just imagining silent security footage of that altercation of you going.
Oh yeah. All right,
Andy
we gotta wrap it up. Go do panties. This has been very fun.
This is popping.
I really fuck with the also hello Kev. Hello
Hey, Kev.
Kevin. And I love you too, most dope. But yeah, dude, Mondays are the fucking show, dude. People showed the fuck up. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Just a reminder, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or most Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. But
Yeah,
we do adjust. We do adjust.
We intend to be here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's the
Oh,
schedule.
wait, real quick before we leave. Who's the quarterback of the Seahawks?
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I did want to make a public fuck you to Sam Darnold because I was making decisions on him, and this sack of shit needed one more fucking rushing yard.
And then they just fucking. And then all he did was. Then he just got negative yardage because he kept kneeling, probably, right? Wait, no, that wasn't the end of the game.
Does that actually count? Like if you kneel,
No, I don't
it's
think
negative
you, like,
yards.
No. You don't. I don't think you
okay.
lose them. I don't think so. That'd be crazy.
I would have hated that, but yeah, I do want to give a public fuck you. You needed one more fucking yard, and now I don't have $40 I could have earned, and that's on you, dude.
That you could have. Yeah.
Yeah.
chosen.
Feel that? Have fun in Disneyland now. See,
Yeah.
try to have fun in Disney World, dude.
Yeah. Now it's done. His name is it's Darnold. That's
Darnold.
crazy. Darnold.
Arnold?
Darnold.
What's his name again? Arnold?
Darnold.